Check out this wall that's just holding up right there. Bunch of divergence building up on the 5-minute. I got into a short looking to retest these previous session gamma levels. We came right down to that area. Now we're rejecting off of this gamma level area. Up over 400 bucks, trading the micros today, even with missing the New York Open session. So just gonna keep playing some Mario, see what happens, see if I see any more trades before the end of day, end of the weekend here. It's nice to have something fun to do, not just sit there looking at the charts. I slept about 12 hours last night. I got up for a little bit of late morning session trading here. Just got into a nice short off of the 250 SMA. We came up to the 250 SMA on the 1-minute, rejected right off of it. Cumulative delta candles started turning bearish. I was looking for us to finally break through this huge cluster of key levels where price rejected a couple times, and now we're breaking through. We had some ADX divergence back here on the 5-minute at the peak here as well. So on these two charts, I've got the cumulative delta painting the candles using the trend flow. So for anyone that missed that setting, I've got the MMT trend and reversal. I'm using the trend flow feature. Strength of 1. Directional filter is off. SMA filter is on with a period of 3. I've got it painting the bars and the outline. These are the settings that I use when I want to paint the candles either red or green with no neutral candles. If I add the directional filter, it will create neutral candles, and if I bump up the strength, it will also create neutral candles. But if I use these settings right here, it will create all red or green candles. And then with the trend and reversal indicator, whatever you use as your input series, that's what the trend flow candles will be based on, as well as the divergences, the trend core, and the reversals. So the trend and reversal will measure the trend and reversal of whatever indicator you throw into the input series. And on the 5-minute and 1-minute charts, I'm measuring the cumulative delta. I'm using the MMT Ultimate Delta as my input series. I've got it in up-down tick mode. I've got cumulative checked on, so it's using cumulative delta, and the plot is the delta close. So those three settings, very important. So now everything on the trend and reversal indicator is using the cumulative delta as an input series. But you could use any indicator that you like. You can measure the RSI, the SMA, the stochastics, the MACD, the Williams, volume oscillator, ADX, all kinds of different things. The trend and reversal indicator is a very, very versatile tool. We just got a bunch of divergence building up here. Got some bigger bottom wicks, closing back above the lower Bollinger Band here. We're getting a nice pullback up to this cluster of key levels. We also just rejected off of the 20 SMA on the 5-minute chart. I just got into a short as soon as I saw that we pulled up to VWAP and this big cluster of key levels. There's also a gamma level right there, this blue line. Got in short there, just grabbed 12 or 13 points, up a couple $100, trading the micros in the late morning. I'm officially never setting an alarm or getting up early for any kind of trading. I'm going to be prioritizing sleep and health and just trade whatever I got to trade, whatever hours I'm awake. That's going to be my life's mission. I just got into a short intra bar here around 116. This bar was coming in heavy, tons of negative delta. I was looking for a retest of yesterday's New York Open. There wasn't anything else in the way. Got into a short here. We just dropped over 15 points down to yesterday's New York Open, which is right around hold number as well. Now we're getting a little hold up. Adding some more micros to the pile. I signed in for a little bit of afternoon trading and some Mario Maker 2. We had another sell-off here. We came right down to this previous session strong gamma level, these purple dashed lines. Had a nice bounce there. Then we pulled down into the cluster of previous session strong gamma lines. Got a nice hold up there. Got some divergence building up. Cumulative delta trend flow candles turned bullish. We had a nice pop up. Some more divergence building up. Cumulative delta trend flow started turning bearish again. Then we got a nice close below the 20 with this full body candle I grabbed a short looking to retest this cluster here. See, we're getting a nice rejection here off of this cluster of previous session gamma levels. I just grabbed a short. We pulled back up towards the 20 SMA. We had point of control up into these wicks. I went for a short looking to retest this cluster of the previous session gamma levels. We just dropped down 30 points. We're getting a hold up once again at this cluster. I kind of have a feeling that we're going to eventually get a nice close below this cluster and possibly head down towards yesterday's low. So we started closing below this cluster of previous session gamma levels. Now we're getting the drop off. We got yesterday's value area low right here where price is right now. Seems like we're getting a little hold up there. I would be potentially interested in a bounce trade in this big cluster of key levels down here if we make it down that far. Just grabbed a short on this pullback. We had some divergence building up, wicked off the lower Bollinger Band, pulled back up to the 20 SMA. I took a 20 SMA rejection play. We started wicking off of the 20 here. Delta was dropping off. Had a nice top wick on the Delta histogram right there. Just dropped down over 20 points. Got my 10. Just got into another short. Check out this ADX divergence here. Started closing back below the upper Bollinger Band. I was just looking for a retest back to the 20, which was 20 points away. We ended up dropping down all the way to the lower Bollinger Band where we got rejected. I grabbed another 10 points, added some more micros to the pile. I just got into another short. Check out this pullback up to this cluster of previous session strong gamma levels from the MMT gamma indicator. Pulled right up to this last strong previous session level. We had divergence building up. We got a very nice rejection. Just popped down 40 points. I was looking to target the 20 SMA. Saw we were coming right up to the 250 SMA on the 1 minute. It was also the upper Bollinger Band. Grabbed a little short there. We just bounced down about 20 points. Just grabbed another short. Look at all this divergence building up. Got the upper Bollinger Band here. Got yesterday's point of control. You'll notice yesterday's point of control on the micro NASDAQ is much different than yesterday's point of control on the NQ, but they both have had some very nice reactions. Just had a nice reaction off of yesterday's point of control on the NQ and the 20. Love it when there's a double key level. Then back on the 1 minute on the MNQ, you notice we had a nice little bounce there. Then we had a pullback. We pulled back right to the yesterday's point of control, major rejection. So I definitely like having the micro NASDAQ and the regular NQ charts up with all the different key levels. It gives me a bigger piece of the puzzle. Got into another short here. We are up at yesterday's New York Open. On this 5 minute candle, you can see Delta dropping off. Grabbed a short looking for a retest to VWAP, which we just got. I think that's going to be the last trade for me. It's a few minutes till the 350 algorithm. I often look for a little pullback sometime around 340, right before the 350 algorithm. So in conjunction with the time of day there and the yesterday's New York Open and the Delta dropping off on this candle, got into a short there. These are the same charts, but I changed the setup a little bit to focus on higher time frames. This is the 5 minute chart with order flow data for the NQ and the ES. And then this is my 60 minute chart. I've got the Greek profile with the Delta profile on here for some higher time frame levels of big buying or selling levels. Then I've got the daily volume profile on this chart as well. And then over here, this is the 15 minute chart. This is the micro NQ. I've got the ultimate delta showing the delta information for the MNQ. So if trading the 1 minute chart is a little bit too much for anyone, just wanted to throw out this potential option. I might try it out next week. Just trade the higher time frames, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, and the 60 minute. Just following the cumulative delta trend flow candles on the 15 minute in the afternoon here. Just got a very clear red bearish direction. Had some divergence building up, and then a very clear green bullish wave right there. Even when the 5 minute is chopping around here, we're still bullish on the 15 minute. Ended up over $500 trading the micros on my Take Profit Trader account. Take Profit Trader has one of the best deals out there, 40% off and no activation fee. Anyone that's out there using code MonkeyMan is absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for the support. I wish you best of luck in your trading. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.